satu dua pasal yang katanya perlu diperbaiki, yang mana saya juga tidak tahu. Tapi kemudian nanti akan ditawarkan pasal baru yang kemudian memberikan hak bahwa presiden itu bisa dipilih 3 kali.
Saya tidak ada niat, tidak ada juga berminat menjadi presiden 3 periode.
Kalau anggota DPR dan atau anggota MPR tidak melakukan amandemen, saya akan mendesak DPR RI juga anggota DPD untuk terbuka pikirannya bahwasanya masa jabatan presiden untuk seorang presiden terpilih itu bisa dipilih selama 3 periode.
Assalamualaikum, hello everyone, we are group 5. My name is Anata Bintang Hikaru and here I am accompanied by 2 of my friends.
Hello guys, my name is Muhammad Snifadillah.
Hi guys, my name is Nastya Ferdinand Andrea.
By the way guys, it don't feel like it's been almost 2 full period of Pak Jokowi as President of Indonesia?
Yes, it's all passed very quickly. We have felt the ups and downs of various events during Pak Jokowi's presidency.
If you remember, there are a lot of interesting that we can discuss from the Jokowi administration maybe 1 period ago.
Yes, I want to recall this moment and show them to the audience.
What if we just show a flashback of Indonesia while it was led by Pak Jokowi and see what your views about the issue of extending the presidential term by watching this video?
Wow, that's very interesting. Well guys, here it is.
Jokowi Rewind,
Turn
Turn
Back
Back
Jokowi's
Jokowi's
Work.
Work.
Welcome to our vlog.
Pak Jokowi has lived a period of 5 years after being elected president in the 2014 presidential election.
Let's look briefly at Pak Jokowi's reign during 2014 until 2019, where there were sweet moments, but of course there were bitter moments as well.
Pak Jokowi became president in 2014, replacing President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono, who had ruled for 10 years. At the beginning of his term, Pak Jokowi made a crazy policy. What was that?
Yes, Pak Jokowi has reformed the fuel subsidy budget by revoking the premium fuel subsidy, while the 1,000 per liter given for diesel fuel.
With these subsidy reforms, the government claims that 2015 state budget saving reached 200 trillion rupiah. This makes Jokowi's obsession with infrastructure development in Indonesia able to be financed.
However, this desire for infrastructure development has left Indonesia stuck because it cannot provide increased demand for raw material and capital goods. So Indonesia has to import. As a result, it's difficult for Indonesian current account to rise.
Current account is the gap that takes foreign exchange from export-import activities of goods and services. It forms the foundation of currency exchange rates. In the simple terms, exchange rates of rupiah against US dollars has weakened from the range of 11,000 rupiah until 12,000 rupiah per US dollars up to 14,000 rupiah per US dollars is becoming a common thing.
Yes, it turned out to be a sweet moment as well as a bitter moment that we felt at the beginning of Jokowi's government. Okay guys, what else is going on next?
Let me remind you again about this. Yep, bansos. In addition to carrying out its development ambition, Pak Jokowi government also focus on maintaining people, purchasing power to reduce poverty.
Not a few funds issued by the state in the form of social assistance. But look at this problem. And this person committing social assistance corruption in the midst of community difficulties facing COVID-19 pandemic.
What punishment did he receive for the case?
This former social minister was found guilty of committing a criminal act of corruption together in the COVID-19 social assistance procurement project and was sentenced to 12 years in prison and a fine 500 million.
Fortunately, the court was a little funny because it was reported that Juliari Batubara was considered the leniency by the judge due to the insult from the public. It became a series of strange events toward the weakening of the law in Jokowi era, such as the following cases.
Okay guys, I'm already quite busy with all this problem. Now let's just show some achievement and good moments from Jokowi's government.
Okay, let's go.
The first, Indonesia was the host of 2018 Asian Games. This is the craziest performance event in Jokowi era.
The Asian Games have become the spirit of Indonesia big infrastructure, special in the cities Palembang and Jakarta or Palembang, which are the hosts. This make infrastructure development a common thread of Jokowi goal from the start of the government.
As a result, we can see Indonesia increasingly graduous change with LRT and MRT, and the construction of other major projects such as construction of Jakarta International Stadium, Mandalika Circuit, and Formula E Circuit, making Indonesia look more advanced.
Indonesia was also one of the best countries to successfully handle the COVID-19 pandemic. Then Indonesia will also host the G20 summit in November and host the 2021 FIFA World Cup U19, which has postponed to 2023 due to pandemic.
Wow, it's an odd that there are many changes and big events that will be held in Indonesia despite the many problems in the Jokowi era.
Yes, it turned out that Jokowi's government is quite extraordinary, even though everything is not always good. So, what do you think about Jokowi's government and the issue of extending the presidential terms? The pros or cons are on your right.
By the way, guys, before we end this vlog, I just want to joke. I have one question. What if you were Jokowi and today was your last day president? What would you do?
I will do fundraising for one Indonesia, especially for Crazy Rich. If I collect money from a million people, maybe I can help many people through their problem, or maybe at least I can pay off Indonesia debts for virgin countries if that is possible. But I'm not sure.
How about you?
I might just relax and have a good meal all day, or maybe I invite my old friend to play in the State's Palace. But whatever it is, I will enjoy my last second as president.
Okay, one last question
Okay.
for this vlog, yes. Do you have any critic or suggestion for Jokowi government?
Yes, I have.
For you.
Okay. Yes, I want to give a critique about